DOTS25. It is an absolute honor and privilege to be part of this occasion organized by Universiti Tun Hussein on Malaysia and UNESCO UNEVOC, a gathering that brings together passionate educators and visionary leaders from across the globe, focusing on policies for the digital transformation and integration of AI in TVET. This prestigious event is made possible with the invaluable support of the German Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training and proudly sponsored by the German Federal Ministry of Education and Research. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin today's event, we are honored to invite Mr. Badaruddin Ibrahim, Director of Malaysia Research Institute for Vocational Education and Training, to deliver the opening address. And please welcome.
Partners Institution, Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training, BIBB, German, Dr. Yang Congkun, Coordinator of UNEVOC Center and UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET, Shenzhen Polytechnic Universities. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Distinguished guests, international delegates, TVET leaders, educators, policymakers, innovators, and esteemed participants. On behalf of Universiti Tun Hussein on Malaysia and our organizing partner, I am truly honored to welcome you to Malaysia and to the iconic Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, KLCC, for this year's Bridging Innovation in TVET BILT event 2025, integrated with Global Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025, or DOTS25. We are deeply proud to host this important platform where thought leaders and practitioners from across the globe gathered to connect, collaborate, and co-create the future of TVET. This year, our theme, Digital TVET Transformation, could not be more timely or relevant as we navigate the fourth industrial revolution and prepare our societies for the fifth. Digitalization is no longer an option. It is a necessary. The integration of emerging technologies such as AI, IoT, augmented reality, and data-driven platforms is redefining the way we teach, learn, work, and live. This theme challenges us to reimagine TVET as a dynamic, tech-enabled ecosystem that empowers learners with future-proof skills, enhance accessibility through digital infrastructures, and enables institutions to remain responsive to change labor market demands. The BILT initiative under the stewardship of UNESCO UNEVOC plays a crucial role in driving this transformation by fostering international cooperation, sharing innovative practices, and building capacity in areas such as digitalization, greening TVET, new qualification and competencies, and work-based learning. In Malaysia, we are taking bold steps to embed digital innovation within our national TVET strategy. As a proud member of the Malaysian Technical University Network, or MTON, UTHM stands at the forefront of this transformation, committed to bridging academic excellence with industry relevance. Over the next 3 days, I invite you to immerse yourself in meaningful dialogues, hands-on showcase, and collaborative exchanges that will inspire real and actionable change. Let us harness this opportunity to build a digitally inclusive, globally connected, and innovation-driven TVET future. To our international guests, selamat datang. Welcome to Malaysia. May your stay here be rich with insight, cultural exchange, and warm Malaysia hospitality. Let us bridge innovation with purpose and shape future where TVET continue to lead digitally, inclusively, and sustainably. Thank you, and I wish you a productive and transformative BILT experience. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Badaruddin Ibrahim, for the inspiring opening address. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for a keynote address that promises to offer deep insights into the evolving landscape of digitalization in technical and vocational education and training. We are truly honored to welcome a distinguished guest who represent not only academic excellence, but also global collaboration in the field of TVET. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Yang Congkun, UNEVOC Center Coordinator at Shenzhen Polytechnic University, China, speaking today on behalf of the UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET.
Dear Professor Abdul Islamid bin Hamad, Chairman, University Board of Directors, UTHM. And dear Professor Abdul Rasid, Acting Vice Chancellor, UTHM. And dear Mr. Friedrich Hübler, Head of UNESCO UNEVOC. Dear colleagues, good morning. It is my big honor today to give this keynote at the DOTS. I would like to express my gratitude to UNESCO UNEVOC, my previous employer last year, and BIBB, very close collaboration partner last year, and our new partner, UTHM, for bringing us together in this beautiful Kuala Lumpur. I remember clearly last time I was here was 19 years ago, 2006. So today I'm very excited to share with you the topic on digitalization in global TVET. As we are moving together towards the intelligence age. Before we begin, let's note that digitalization and the digital transformation of TVET is central of UNESCO UNEVOC's global priorities. And in the UNESCO medium strategy, 3 of 4 strategic objectives and 5 of 9 key outcomes are closely related to digital transformation of education and the digital skills development. In the MTS4 released last year, among the 8 priorities, green and digital transition and artificial intelligence become the 2 priorities. So in this content, I would like to take you through three parts. First, the new reality of intelligent economy and its impact on work, skills, and education. Second, the policy and strategies for digital transformation in TVET. And finally, the new avenues for TVET international collaboration. Okay, let's begin to unpacking by intelligent economy and its impact. This diagram from Huawei's research shows that critical transition from digital economy to the intelligent economy. Let's start from the left. The Internet of Things connect real-time data and AI mimicking human tasks. This technology is powerful in each, but it looks very isolated. Moving to a center, we begin to see that these technologies converges. Now, IoT feeds data directly system, dramatically enhancing decision-making capabilities. Meanwhile, 5G enables true immersive metaverse experience with unprecedented speed. But look at the right side. This is where the true intelligent economy emerges. Here is a key difference. Now technology don't just connect, but they deeply integrate. This integration creates entirely new capabilities and economic opportunities that will fundamentally reshape our work, skills, and education. The intelligent economy has some key features, including new generation AI as co-driver, integration of AI and the real economy, human-machine collaboration, and importantly, it promotes sustainable and inclusive growth and makes sure that AI can benefit all people. Okay, next, examine how the intelligent economy is reshaping the world will work through 4 key trends. 1, AI industry value chain creating new professions. From the science, statistics specialists, and deep learning specialists to application, integration, and technical support and operations. We noted that the majority of application, integration, technical support documents domain the majority, which prove that the majority of our TVET quality technicians, skilled technicians, will have more opportunities to find a job in AI age. The intelligent economy is reshaping our skill system as well across 5 critical dimensions: upskilling, reskilling, cross-skilling, transversal, skill development, and lifelong learning. The intelligent economy is catalyzing profound transformation across education system worldwide. From rethink education objectives, focus on whole person development, reviewing curriculum, expanding learning space to enable more flexible learning access, developing new competencies, and transforming pedagogy. Optimizing education administration. For this area, the UNESCO IIEP, one of the specialists, talked with me last Saturday for 100 minutes. She expressed a strong interest to collaborate with our Polytechnic to jointly develop some of the research projects and do some monitoring, model, and publications for the optimizing education administration through AI. And finally, driving international collaboration. Okay. In general, the intelligent represents a paradigm shift across economic and social education domains, and TVET system must bravely embrace it to remain relevant and effective. Okay, in the second part, let's explore the policies and strategies. From worldwide, many regions are driving digital transformation in TVET through various policies. Asian, Southeast Asia, Asian Digital Master Plan, Africa, the Digital Transformation Strategy, and the European Digital Education Action Plan. These policies share common in these priorities: skill development, infrastructure, and teacher training, that's capability building, and inclusive access, finally, international collaboration. Okay. The Chinese government also adopt many policies to promote digital transformation in TVET. At the top, it is in the National Strategic Action for Digital Education Strategic Direction, supported by the policies. In 12 years, 20 policies issued. All these policies and directions implemented by some key projects, like the National Vocational Education Smart Education Platform. And finally, sustainable measures through some regulations, industry standards. Okay. Malaysia government also adopt Industrial 4.0 national policy, and I learned that this policy has strong emphasis on workforce upskilling. Okay. Coming down to the institutional level, I'd like to introduce 5 strategic suggestions for the TVET transformation, digital transformation. The first is align program development with industrial value chains. There is a popular saying in our university that we should always build our programs on the industry chain. Here how to go. From map the value chain, and then analyze the value chain, integrate with the value chain, finally solve the value chain. Throughout this process, the quality control and evaluation are implemented based on industrial feedback. And this creates a continuous improvement circle and keeps our programs aligned with the evolving industrial needs. Here's another practical example, cooperative between Shenzhen Polytechnic University and the Huawei company. Shenzhen Polytechnic collaborate with Huawei to translate industrial technical standards into vocational skills standards on the right, through the joint development of curriculum and certifications. The second strategy is to design learning content based on workplace realities. The key principle is creating learning experience that mirror workplace challenges, including authentic tools that match industry standards, problem-based scenarios drawn from real workplace situation, digital simulation that create complex industry process, and assessments evaluate workplace competency. Consider architecture. Okay. Sorry. The right side is architecture and construction training in our university using the digital twin. This approach applies cross sectors using industrial standards tools, solving real-world problems. Okay. The third strategy is to strengthen the educators' digital and AI competencies. You might be familiar with some of the framework issued by UNESCO these 2 years. These require 4 critical practices, including competence frameworks, competence standards, capacity building program, and evaluation. The fourth strategy is to harness the intelligence technology for pedagogical evaluation. There are several notable pedagogical innovations, including immersive simulation system, adaptive competence development, and AI-enhanced teaching support, dynamic industry alignment. Okay. The fifth strategy is to foster multi-stakeholder ecosystem in digital transformation. There is no TVET institution can navigate AI transformation alone without any support from policy side or from the private sectors. In this framework by International Labour Organization, which shows TVET and its skill system, we can find that the TVET institutions sit in the center in this very complicated, complex ecosystem, government, business, non-government sector, IC sector. And TVET institutions need coordinate efficiently, effectively with all these partners to translate diverse inputs into curriculum updates, new teaching methods and management approaches for more balanced digital transformation. To wrap up this section, the successful digital transformation of TVET system requires coordinated action across different levels. Okay, in the third section, let's explore some new avenues, new channels, new innovative ways for TVET international collaboration in the intelligent age. As we enter the intelligent age, we face a very critical inflection point. I argued with my colleagues even on this high-speed train for a conference, that AI and the front and the new technology connect or divide our world. I don't know. I cannot give the answer. I put this question for everybody here, peers, whether it will divide to some extent or whether it will connecting our relationship and collaboration. Okay. UNESCO Chair Program plays a very important role in addressing international challenges. And our UNESCO Chair on digitalization, we have our mission, that is South-South collaboration through research and contribution and benefit our peers. Try to bridge the digital divide and foster inclusive digital transformation in education. Okay. And in the past several years, I and our teams continue to develop some of the online resources, publications, and we focus on research and knowledge generation on digitalization in TVET. Here are some of our knowledge projects and the courses, which all of these are open resource, can be accessed. Including the publication of digital transformation in global TVET. We developed 28 teaching standards for digital technology-related majors, 50 course syllabus in English. We selected also 100 typical cases for digital transformation and 100 selected scenarios in digital transformation for TVET in different scenarios in the campus, in a classroom, or in a training laboratory. And 16 so far online open courses series on digital technology. Second, we also carry out digital capacity building for leadership training every year in Shenzhen. The third is global engagement. We have, based on the UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET, we have developed a collaboration relationships with international organizations, UNESCO, UNEVOC, and some top companies of ICT and the new energy, and also some TVET providers. So far, we have 25 in network. We will continue to expand this network, try to share more practice and cases among them. Our plan of a UNESCO Chair in 2025, including Global Forum, beginning of November, and Digital Leadership, November, and is continue the establishment setting of China-ASEAN Digital Capacity Building Center in TVET, in another ASEAN country. And the first is with collaborate with UTHM, including, and also the knowledge protection. Okay, China-ASEAN TVET Digital Capacity Building Center, it will be unveiled after 11 o'clock, so I'm not going to put the black here. UTHM as our deep collaborated partners, we shared many in common. Okay. In general, the intelligent age opens new opportunities for TVET international collaboration, and it requires a different kind of levels of collaboration and interactive. Okay. At the end, I want to share something. Last year when I was working at UNESCO UNEVOC, I was appointed a very important and meaningful mission by Friedrich Hubler, that is carried out the research survey on MTS4, how about the collaboration with UNEVOC centers around the world. I'm not going to show some of the slides here, but many of the voices from UNEVOC centers really impressed me deeply. I was even moved by some of the voice. Many people requires that UNEVOC can organize more international events face-to-face, on-site or online. They want more database. They want more experience sharing for digitalization. But it happened today. UNEVOC has been paying unremitted efforts to connect with each other, even in the typical time. But another voice really touched me deeply, that is from one country. It said, when the war ends, because the war happens, our education will stop. When the war ends, we want to collaborate with UNEVOC and for the transformation of our education to digitalization. So I want to say that the voice we're here, and we prove that we will work hard together to make our TVET more digitalized and forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yang Congkun, for the motivating keynote speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move into one of the most anticipated segments of today's program, a panel discussion that dives deep into a topic shaping the future of education and workforce development across the globe: digitalization and AI in TVET, harnessing the transformation. This session brings together a dynamic mix of policymakers, industry leaders, and academic voices to explore how we can collectively build digital readiness in TVET. Our panelists will share insights on emerging policies, implementation experiences, and collaborative models that are driving innovation across the ASEAN region. Guiding this important conversation is a respected figure in Malaysia's TVET landscape. Please welcome our moderator, Mr. Lai Chi Sen, Deputy Director, Malaysia Research Institute for Vocational Education and Training. Please welcome Mr. Lai Chi Sen to invite the panelists as well as to initiate the discussion.
Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to be the moderator for this forum entitled Policy and Practices in Digital TVET and AI. So together with me, we have 5 prominent figures. Let me invite them to the stage. Okay, first we have Mr. Danial Azizan Abdullah Henry, the country head Google for Malaysia and Brunei. Okay, coming next, we have Dr. Prayono, Deputy Director for Professional Affairs and Research Management, Simil Wartech, Brunei. Welcome, Dr. Prayono. All right, coming next, we have Dr. Hiromichi Katayama, Program Specialist, UNESCO Regional Office, Jakarta. And next we have Professor Dr. Aida Mustapha, Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation, Universiti Malaysia Pahang, Al-Sultan Abdullah, UMPSA. Welcome, Prof. Last but not least, we have our future change maker, Mr. Abdullah Abdurrahman, the President of Student Representative Council, Universiti Tun Hussein on Malaysia. Welcome, Mr. Abdullah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so together we are here with a similar purpose, which is to share, to explore how digitalizations and AI technology will reshape the TVET, right? And ladies and gentlemen, this forum is not an ordinary forum because we have guests, officers from ministries, we have international delegates from across continents, we have industry players, we had leaders from TVET organization, and of course the students as well. So without further ado, I have to make sure that I talk less. I let the panelists talk more, right? All right. So without further ado, we are aware that the digital technology and AI technology is developing so fast, right? So I would like to pose this question to Professor Dr. Aida. So, and since the development of technology, digital technology is so fast, so how a TVET institution align the curriculum, to align the curriculum with this development? Prof. Aida.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning, my fellow panel speakers. About the question, when we talk about TVET curriculum transformation, we always being asked whether we have to keep on rewriting the curriculum. How do we keep up with the technologies? At UMPSA, the spirit is being agile, so that we are actually not rewriting the curriculum, but rather reimagining it. So we have few approaches. One of it is we focus on modular design. I believe it is the same for other institutions as well. Micro-credential is something very important because we can stack the program and we can actually improve or incorporate new elements like digitalization and AI. Myself, I come from AI background, and we also focus on professional certifications. I believe at UTHM has Microsoft professional certification offered to all the students for AI, cross the faculties, cross academic background. I also see that Shenzhen University work with Huawei ICT. Huawei is also, because I am a certified trainer for Microsoft, and I've been to Huawei certification, so we can actually see the difference in the syllabus. But what I can see is that most of the content is very product oriented, which is excellent, because that is exactly the point. At university level, we do not have to worry on changing the curriculum, but rather we focus on creating an agile platform, some mechanism where we can offer students through different medium or different mode, like micro-credential or professional certification that I mentioned. That way we will remain, TVET will not be forced to keep up with technologies. I believe TVET will lead with technologies. That's all for now.
Right. Thanks, Prof. Aida, for the insight. So it means that in order to deal with the developments of digitalizations and AI technology, modular curriculum and micro-credential can be one of the way to be implemented, right? So, and we're also aware that the use of AI technology and digital technology for learning purposes is very common nowadays. So, Mr. Danial, how can we make sure that the AI technology in technical and vocational education can uphold the ethical standard to prevent bias and discrimination, to be aligned with cultural sensitive within the context of diverse TVET background?
Thank you for the question. So to answer that question, we need to look into how we build AI from the ground up. So the ability for us to really stem the ethical and responsible principles from the day that we build the AI to the day that we deploy the AI and integrate AI into various systems that we have into the TVET institution structure. So what this means is that we need to ensure from a framework standpoint that we have already embraced responsible and ethical AI practices. Secondly is that when we actually look into this structure, there needs to be always human oversight. That means there always needs to be a human element in terms of making sure that there is no biasness in the data that is being trained in TVET modules, for example, or institutional modules or frameworks. And secondly, is that the data is diverse enough to cater to a lot of teaching, training, and student demographics. So the ability for us to look into how we do not stereotype AI for a specific use case or a specific demographic of race, religion, or student or teacher groups is very important today. And most importantly is the human element that needs to take place, because AI helps. And if I ask the audience today, you know, how have AI actually helped you in your day-to-day routine? Everyone uses AI in some sort of way, either to prepare for a lesson plan, prepare for a student presentation, prepare for panelist discussions, for example. But at the same time, we need to ensure that the output that we get is something that we can share ethically and responsibly. So grounding from building to deployment to integration, we need to not be biased. We cannot stereotype. And for example, Gemini that comes from Google, we are really open, we are transparent, we are fair, and the kind of outputs is really ring-fenced in terms of how ethical we are in providing information. So culturally, let's localize that. Of course, in many TVET institutions, we can localize the kind of AI tools that you probably get, but at the same time, just this mindset shift to ensure that we build it with the right foundation early on is very important.
All right, Mr. Danial, thanks for the answer. I just realized that during the technology development, the aspects of ethics is already integrated into it. And the element of transparency and anti-bias things. Oh, great to know that. All right. So, and Mr. Pariono, so I'm sure you agree with me that one-man show doesn't work in this world. So we need international collaboration, right? So, and how can international collaboration to support digital and AI transformation within the context of TVET in terms of, for example, curriculum development, staff training, as well as technology transfer?
Thank you, Selai. Very good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Very great pleasure for me to be here in front of our colleague from, especially from UNESCO UNEVOC. We have been meeting online, but this is the first time actually can see face to face. And also our colleague from international participants, so welcome to Southeast Asia. I'm representing in a way a regional center in ASEAN, but we call it CIMIO. CIMIO is bigger than ASEAN, which is the 11 countries, so ASEAN plus Timor-Leste. So when it comes to emphasizing the importance of international collaborations, especially in building TVET for AI and digitalization. This is very, very key. And I think this is one of good example, like BILT under UNESCO UNEVOC. This is a platform that, in a way, for us to learn from each other internationally. So I think it's excellent kind of one of the, good practice that we can learn from. But we can look at different layers when it comes to how international organizational collaborations can be enhanced. Because we can see the structure in this world, like we have global networks. I think like UNESCO UNEVOC, I can see it as a kind of global network under United Nations. And also under this, there are several. Of course, we have ILO, we have UNESCO overall, and then also the different sections under United Nations that in a way address the importance of technology also and education. And then at the regional level, we have a lot of regional organizations. Of course, ASEAN, SIMIO and SIMIO POCTEC, as well as now we have in this region the ASEAN TVET Council. Basically, we bring together different players. I think Mr. Young, you mentioned earlier about multi-stakeholders engagement. We can start from the lower level up to the global one. I think we need to basically to expand from the institutional level, national level, regional level, as well as the global level. So in this case, when it comes to curriculum development, for example, in this case, we need to have the experts, and the expert not only coming from education institution, but also from industry. The issue that we have when it comes to partnering with industry, government is kind of given in this region because the main player of TVET in this region actually is still government push. Government is still the one kind of giving the directions and support, different than maybe in Germany, in Switzerland, whereby the Chamber of Commerce kind of taking the lead. But I think this is, I think, the way to go in the future. But back to the role of industry, this is, we look at the local level, national level, regional level, as well as the global level. When it comes to AI and also digitalizations, we conducted a study recently in terms of readiness of TVET institutions in the region for, we call it for AI 4.0. We get the score only 2.03 from a scale of 0 to 4. So we are still kind of at the lower level in terms of readiness. And then we look at the finding from series Smart Industry Readiness Index. This is worldwide. And the average score in terms of readiness is still 1.53. Same scale from 0 to 4. Meaning that even though we talk a lot, especially about Industry 4.0, but adoptions in the industry level as well as in the institute still, in a way, is still not as progressive as what we think. So I think this is a lot of things that we can continue. And back to the collaborations about industry, it's not easy. For example, like a certain country, I'm from Indonesia, but now working in Brunei. Try to find industry who can help us in a way lead or leapfrog in terms of the AI adoption or digitalization. Still not many industry that we can partner with. So I think this is also a good platform for us to identify kind of strong industry partners so that our collaboration will be more meaningful. I think that's, like having Google, having Microsoft, all of those I think is we can continue working together. So my message back to the questions, Dalai, I think we need to be able to basically expand the collaborations from the lower level, from the institutional level, and then national level, regional, and then global. And then for the partner collaboration, of course, when it comes to curriculum development, we need to identify the expert coming from industry especially, to work with us. When it comes to capacity building, I think many of us, the regional organizations, we offer capacity building. I think this is a good platform for us to work together in this case. SIMIO POCTEC, we offer regional training programs in country, and also we used to collaborate. I think also we recently collaborate with GIZ, RICO TVET, now RICO Twin, as well as with UNESCO, with ILO. I think if we continue working together on this capacity building, I think we can progress together. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pariono. So for international collaboration, actually there are many organizations at national level, regional level, as well as global level, and we can also work together with the industry in order to strengthen the TVET ecosystems. So now let's move on to another aspect of TVET, which is vulnerable groups. So I would like to pose this question to Mr. Hiromichi. So what policy framework, what strategy, and what incentive do you believe is the most critical factor that makes sure the equal access to TVET in terms of digitalizations and the use of AI for teaching and learning, especially for vulnerable groups, and for example, those from the rural area, people with disability. So what is your point of view, Mr. Hiromichi?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, actually the rural and the disadvantaged group, that's a difficult question, but yeah, I think we have to, I mean, at UNESCO, we have to respond to those questions. And I heard from other panelists the most of the keywords that we would like to, I would like to mention, including the reform of the curricula, multi-stakeholders engagement, and also human-centered nature and the ethical use of AI. So all of those topics are important for UNESCO, and we would like to ensure when we provide technical support and also our operations. So usually the incentive for the Tibet institutions to pay attention to the digital transformation and AI is, I would say that this is demanded by the employers and the enterprises. So that's why students studying at Tibet colleges, they have to acquire those kind of skills. And in our usual approach, UNESCO provides support to the government to conduct the labor market analysis and also the review of the occupational standards, help them to develop the competency-based curricula and production of the appropriate teaching and learning materials in view of the needs of AI in the labor market, and then test it in some of the colleges. But it takes a long time. And nowadays we are talking about the micro-credential, short-term training. So we have to discuss this in parallel. So while trying to support the transformation of the former Tibet systems, I think we have to help them to introduce more flexible learning and training systems so that they can respond to the needs of labor market very quickly. And tomorrow, I'm going to make a brief presentation on the Global Skills Tracker. So the idea stems from this perspective. So first of all, we'd like to understand what kind of AI skills and what kind of digital skills are needed by the employers. So that's why we created this online dashboard so that we can capture the skills demand of the enterprises and the employers almost on a real-time basis. And then we also, UNESCO has also supporting the initiative called Global Skills Academy. So we invited the tech companies like Microsoft, Huawei, IBM. So they came to UNESCO with their pro bono training offers. And some of those trainings meet the demand of the AI skills. So yeah, I'm going to explain more details tomorrow. But so in short, we would like to capture the information from the labor market, and also we would like to capture the information of the training offers, and we would like to provide this information for to meet the needs of the Tibet learners and the Tibet colleges in particular. In relation to the framework, the UNESCO has established a kind of framework called DTC, the Digital Transformation Collaborative. So maybe if you can Google Global Transformation, GTC, UNESCO, you will see what I'm talking about. So we developed this framework to help the country to understand where they are in relation to the digital transformation and how the government should involve the private sector entities the industry representatives into this discussion, and also how they can address the challenges that they are facing in different aspects, including the lack of hardware and the infrastructure. So we encourage them to use our framework for doing their own analysis and then for making their own plan, and more importantly, to help them to mobilize resources. I mean, unfortunately, UNESCO is not a bank. We don't have enough financial resources, but we can work with the government and also the TVET institutions to develop this plan to help them advance the AI readiness, and also the to help those people to acquire the AI skills and the digital skills, and then to help them to mobilize necessary resources, either from the private sectors or from any other development partners. So, yeah, I'll stop here. This is what UNESCO has been doing to support this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hiromichi. So in order to make sure equal access to TVET in digital and AI technology, so it is not only the role of the government, but also the role of the industry to work hand in hand to make sure equal access of the younger generations. All right, so next we have the voice from the younger generation, Mr. Abdullah. So my question to you is that how can a student body or a youth organization to help or to contribute to reshape digital transformation in a TVET institution?
All right. So thank you, Mr. Lai, for the question. Okay, so before I proceed to answer the question, I will express my gratitude to be one of the panel here. It's been an honor to be here to express a representative of the youth. Okay, so basically as a representative of the youth and the stakeholder of the future of the TVET, as I in my final year of electronic engineering, I still believe that youth council or young bodies still develop a need important to contribute more in shaping in the TVET digital system. So I have like few ideas in my mind, which first of all, as a student council, we play important roles. We play an important student to student CS as a role model of our institution. So first, I would think that we bring the perspective of the learner as the student. We collectively gather all their inputs, all their opinion regarding what they need in the digital TVET, so that if we gather all their inputs and we bring it to the upper management, as we bring their ideas, this can make all the digital initiative from the upper management align with the real needs of the student on the ground. So what the student needs, what the student want, and so on. Next, I would think that student council need to help introduce initiative about the peer-led programs such as digital bootcamp, AI awareness, and digital upscaling program. As an example, we last month, we as SRC, MPP of UTHM, also did a program, which AI program, and which called Microsoft AI for All, and it received about like 900 participants. So this indicate that we as a student itself need to introduce to the student among our institution about the TVET and so on. Last, I think from the Students' Council, we need to help the student to build more structured policy strategy. Like, okay, digital TVET is more revolving day by day, faster than ever. So as a student, as a upper management, we must plan together what the student needs and so on, so that we so that we need to be involved, so that the involvement is to make sure that the decision is not made for us, but actually with the youth. Okay, so I think by acting as a communicator, innovator, or also co-creator, student council help the digital transformation in TVET to be more further, to be more explore, and I think it's good to be more collectivity, to invite student council more often regarding this TVET. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right, good. Thanks for your input. So there are many initiatives have been conducted by the Student Council to make sure the digital transformations is in place in TVET institutions. Okay, good. So, and ladies and gentlemen, we know that work-based learning is commonly implemented. It's not only in Malaysia, in other parts of the world as well. So I would like to ask Mr. Daniel, so based on your experience, and how has the integrations of digital technology and AI technology in work-based training model, for example, apprenticeships and work-based learning in TVET ecosystem?
Thank you for the question. So today, there's a lot of AI foundational technology that's already available and accessible for all TVET institutions. So, for example, Google, we are providing AR core platforms, Gemini platforms around AI, and this is to really entice the development of AI integration into all these modules. So this is to create that vision of training simulations, for example, as a use case, using VR, AR, even robotics, computational science, even quantum computing in the future, to ensure that there is relevant foundational modules that is integrated into the curriculum to ensure that we bridge the gap to future-ready skills. So what it means is that we are preparing not an AI in TVET as a one-size-fit-all kind of solution, but really AI in TVET as something that will be relevant to the benefit of the AI trainers and the students in these institutions. So let me take you back a bit. Before, when we actually came to a lot of these technical vocational institutions, we see a lot of modules that caters to a lot of industries, healthcare, manufacturing, logistics, and all that. But at the same time, the traditional components of this module still exist even today. So AI will complement in actually guiding as a skeleton on how to really integrate technology into all these modules or curriculums. AI is not there to solve the problem 100%, but AI will act as the skeleton. And I would suggest that everyone looks into this because a lot of students, when they look into using AI, it's a one-size-fits-all solution. A teacher gives us an assignment, curriculum is being provided, we put the question in an AI platform and we get answers. But how does this enforce that gap to really upskill the student to ensure that that student is ready for jobs of the future or ready for Industry 4.0, for example? So jobs of the future ties back to the curriculums that we are actually putting in place in TVET institutions, but at the same time also looking at how we can really upscale all this at the same time. So in summary, foundational technology is already available and accessible. Upskilling needs to happen. Students and teachers need to integrate AI into not replacing but complementing traditional TVET curriculums, and at the same time bridge the gap between the skill sets that they have today to the modern skill sets that is needed for jobs of the future. And jobs of the future are really mostly AI related today. So if everyone in this room today, right now, including us in the panel, do not upskill, we will all be irrelevant in the next 10 years. I can assure you that we will be irrelevant. The students of today, they are going to be your Gen Zs, Gen Alpha, okay? They are not people like us in the room today. So we need to be mindful. When we actually produce or promote institutions, TVET institutions, we need to entice two types of people, the parents and their children. And this is critical to ensure that AI in TVET exists as a relevance to bridge that gap to future-ready skills. Okay? So Google for Education, we are doing our part. We're working with a lot of institutions in higher education, but at the same time, we're also trying to ensure that the infrastructure that we provide to KPT, for example, or TVET institutions, for example, remains relevant in the next 5 to 10 years. So I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. I think the strongest message given by Mr. Daniel is that every one of us in this hall need to be upgraded in terms of skill and competency, especially related to AI and digital technology. Otherwise, we will be no more relevant, especially when we are dealing with the younger generation. So this is a wake-up call for me as well. Thanks for the advice. All right, so next, I would like to ask Dr. Pariono. So just now you mentioned about international collaborations at national, regional, and global level. So now I would like to know, is there any, what are some successful model and the model for cross-border partnership and international project that have helped advance digital competences and AI adoptions in TVET system?
Thank you. And I think earlier I already mentioned BILT is one of the, I think, successful examples of building, even though not only focusing on AI, but I think in general about greening, digitalization overall also being addressed. But I may go a little bit more specific now when it comes to success story. Because when we look at success story, there are many different kind of groupings. First grouping is, for example, like talking about initiative or projects or platform. Even though some of them is still progressing, not really reaching the destination, but I think I can see the potential that this can be very successful. One is in this region when it comes to platform of the ASEAN TVET Council. This is still early stage because it was established in 2020. But I think in this platform, the team kind of realized that in order for TVET to grow, to continue responding to the needs of industry and labor markets, I think we cannot work alone. That is the idea. So in this ASEAN TVET Council, we bring together not only from education, but also from Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Economy, because I think economy also the one providing some kind of push to fund the training. And then from industry, the industry also we have the industry associations, labor unions. So if we can sit down and also share some of the good practice, because technology is one of the initiative under the ATC work plan. I think as the Young mentioned earlier, the ATC work plan 2020 up 2021 up to 2030. So digitalization is one of the key initiatives that we would like to address in this region. And that is on the kind of platform, but there are many other platforms that we can see. I think BILT is, I can mention that again. And then under training programs, because this is also an area of collaboration, international collaboration that we can also address. Capacity building, not only for teachers, but also it can be for job seekers, for young generations. I think also we need to continue developing different kind of platform for learning. Google already developed, Microsoft developed. I think in the regional organization like what we have here, I think also good for us to develop kind of e-learning platform. One of the good examples, UNEVOC has been working together with GIZ Rico TVET. We developed CVET learning. CVET is a knowledge platform, which is also, I can share this is another example of good practice when it comes to how to generate the interest as well as to improve the skills in skills. So training, so under CVET learning, and then knowledge platform, we have the CVET.net. This is a regional platform developed together with many players, including ASEAN, with UNESCO, UNEVOC, also our partners. So in this, also we have a feature, we call it good practices, or in UNESCO UNEVOC platform, they call it promising practices. So from this, we try to compile all of those good practices. And also you can see some of the good practices related to digitalization and AI. So I think we should continue growing, identifying good practice. I think having partner from China, because I think you are progressing very quickly when it comes to AI and digitalization. I think if we can also bring in some of the good practices from China, from Shenzhen especially, I think that will be enriching our collections of good practices. So these are kind of few examples. And then when it comes to research, I think we also need to continue working together in terms of how to assess the readiness of our institutions when it comes to digitalization. So we have at this moment, we have we call it SERI, Smart Education Readiness Index, developed by UNEVOC, collaboration with many countries, including UTHM is our partner, research partners. But I think we can continue improving that so that at the end we can continue monitoring in terms of how ready we are with this process. Because if we just saying it without any indicators, without any tools to assess, I think also give our direction not really clear. Yeah. So by having some kind of tools to assess our readiness, I think that also will be, a good way for us to move forward. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Pariono. So it seems like BILT is one of the best model for international collaboration. So maybe we can replicate this model at national level and regional levels as well. All right. So Mr. Hiromichi. So my question to you is that what are the successful factors for TVET to adapt to digital and AI transformation, as well as to serve as a tool for inclusive and sustainable development?
Thank you. Yes, I think the question is about the inclusiveness and also the sustainability. So I think when at UNESCO, when we are talking about inclusion, we will focus, we are talking about the people with a disadvantaged group, vulnerable group, the low-educated workforce, and sometimes female, and also, of course, the people with disability. Once again, I mean, this is something we are now struggling, and I don't have a clear answer, but I think this is something we will try to respond. So as I said in my first questions, our usual approach is start from the analysis in the labor market, what kind of, how the AI and also the digital skills are used by employers and industries. I think it should be the starting point, because what should be taught in TVET colleges and how it should be taught in TVET colleges should be defined by the employers. Or if there is no strong private sectors, I think there will be an expectation for the young people to start their own business. But anyway, I think this education should be demand-driven, and the teaching and learning in schools should be defined by the labor market and the employers and the private sectors. And from that point of view, UNESCO is a convener of the interagency group, and one of the works of the interagency group by collaborating with other agencies is to do the analysis of how AIs are used in the enterprises and the companies. And I saw the initial preliminary findings from that report. So according to the UNESCO IAG report, the AI's impact in the labor market, so AI is used in the business setting in data analytics, the enhanced communication, automation, HRM, human resource management and recruitment, and also the continuous learning of workers and employees. So the question is, what this means for the disadvantaged group of people, what it means to the people who has a limited internet access. So that's still a very difficult question. I know that in some of our projects we provide training programs which can work in an offline environment, which could be one of the solutions. I know that the OECD published guidelines for supporting the digital transformation and the use of AI for the people with disability, which could also be one of the solutions. So I think UNESCO will continue this kind of effort so that those people under the difficult situation should not be left behind. So that's my response for the inclusion. And the sustainability, I think somebody mentioned this morning, but the value chain of the industry should be fully integrated into the TVET systems. So we have to ensure the sustainability of the entire skills ecosystems, not only by targeting the TVET institutions. Yesterday I attended ASEAN Year of Skills event. It's a Human Capital Investment Symposium, which was held in Kuala Lumpur. It's very close to here. And the ADB colleagues were there. She made a presentation showing how the ADB's project has been expanded by involving the private sectors. In the 10 years ago, they have a limited project with the private sectors, but now she showed that there are a large number of projects of the ADB implemented in collaboration with the private sector. But she also said that none of those projects deals with skills. So the public-private partnership has been progressing very well in this region, but not many people are paying attention to the skills and the education. And as usual, I don't know how many of you are from the private sectors or employers organizations, but usually when UNESCO organizes this kind of conference, the people from TVET colleges come, Ministry of Education, TVET authorities come to our meetings, which is very good. But they don't create job opportunities. I think the jobs are created by the private sector and the industries, and we have to understand their needs more, and we have to involve them more to the ecosystem of the TVET systems. And we have already started to establish a contact with the Chamber of Commerce in this region, and we would like to work with those private sector people more and more, and so that we can integrate their needs into the TVET systems. Yeah, so I think that's my response to the sustainability. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So it means that when we talk about sustainability, we shouldn't look at the TVET institutions as well, but we have to look at the whole ecosystems, which include industrial sectors as well. All right, next, Prof. Aida. So I'm sure you agree with me that no money, no talk, right? And we know that financial resources is always limited. So can you share with us, and how do you balance between the adoptions of digital and AI technology with other infrastructure?
There is one theory or problem in computer science we call the traveling salesman problem. It is an optimization problem, how to get to different cities with the most efficient route. So we think at UMPSA, we treat, as a TVET institution, we treat the journey as very similar to traveling salesman problem, because we have, first we have to travel light in order to go through all the cities. That is where the modular design, stackable program, micro-credential is very important for us. Number two, we must go together with our partners, because we need to create stable loops. Some of the cities need to be strengthened, need to be put more investment and effort so that we can go back multiple times to the city. So for example, at UMPSA, we have 11 dual degree programs since, I think, 2010. So partnership is very important. We must travel with partners. And also we must travel light. We want to do, when we design any program, we must make sure that we are not try to put everything together and sell it as a bundle. So it is very important when we want to design or we want to embark the journey of digitalization and AI, we need to find ways on how we go about together with industries. We want support by agencies. How do we go from selling one program or try to give a new vibe to an old program, new offer, so that it will not be, I would say, irrelevant. That's why we also, I echo with the point previously, retraining, upskilling, reskilling is very important, because we need to have an agile team as well. And with the agile team, then only we can go ahead and create the ripple effect to all the students in the industry.
All right, thanks, Prof. Aida. So since resources are limited, partnerships is very important, yeah? So that we can work together to ensure the TVET is advanced and is progressing. All right, so next, Mr. Abdullah, our future change maker. So if you are given an opportunity to propose a digital or AI-related initiative to the leadership of your university, so what would it be and why?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lai, for the question. I think I can say that we can all agree that today's industry are more faster than ever. They keep changing day by day, from automation to AI, robotic, and so on. But I think most of the TVET program in Malaysia is still not fully support the TVET as it back to the due, and it's not keep the pace with the evolution of the AI transformation. So I think there is still some POV from the student that I can say. First of all, I would say about the lacking of the infrastructure of the digital, such as we have like maybe a poor connectivity of the internet, we need more smart lab, and also we need more licensed software for integrating about the digital AI, and more software that actually newest to the industry involvement. And next, I think I know this is regarding the budget of the university itself. The university have the budget to cater all the infrastructure, but not we can change all of infrastructure in the one time. I think there is still some step and so on. As we can see at UTHM also, we have like more like computer lab that often not to be used because have a poor software, so we need to bring our laptop ourselves, and I think it can cater all our learning to be not fully explored as we have to bring our laptop ourselves. Then the next, I think we have to strengthen the industrial compartment, because like Mr. Aida, Prof. Aida said earlier, partnership is important. So I think partnership between the industry is important to gain their belief, to gain their trust, and actually to benefit from the student, to gain access to the mentorship, or even to their company site visit and so on. So the student itself have the more opportunity to be in the industry, to see itself outside their institution. So I think as a summary, a more agile industry responsive TVET system is essential, so that we may not keep in the track, but also lead the TVET itself. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, so it means that based on the perspective of young people, there are two things are important. One is the infrastructure for learning purpose, as well as to provide exposure to the students in order to gain first-hand experience. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, we still have a few minutes left. So now I would like to open the floor for questions. If you have any question to ask for to our panelists, please do so. All right, so while we are waiting for the question from the floor, I have one question for maybe to Mr. Daniel. And from your point of view, so what type of study program or what type of specialization should we introduce in TVET institution in order to make sure the younger generation can, secure a job?
Thank you for the question. I'm going to answer what Mr. Abdullah has actually commented earlier on, because this is the solution for it. So when we look in TVET, there's a lot of training, technical, vocational elements that needs to be integrated in the curriculum. So when we talk about jobs of the future, specifically around AI, there needs to be already thinking yesterday about including modules like AI integration or application. Because when we talk about AI, it's not just about the programming of AI. It's also about the people who's going to maintain all these AI systems. So we call them AI system technicians, for example. And the skills that they need is to really be able or be competent enough to apply, integrate, deploy, troubleshoot AI systems. And it could be any AI system. It could be around robotics, computational thinking. It could be sensors. So we need to ensure that there is modules around really AI application and integration. So if I take my Google hat off, I believe that all TVET institutions would love to work with any technology provider to ensure that there is integration of AI technology into the curriculum, and ensuring that the graduates are really graduates that are prepared for future-ready skills. But also instilling the right kind of curriculum is important. So that's number one. Number two is probably there's a lot of AI analysts today. The people who think about getting a lot of data practical on the ground and evolving it into digital insights using AI platforms. The ability to do that and the ability to actually project and say that this businesses or this project or this initiative will actually be successful in the future by using AI platforms. And it could be any platform that is accessible today. So AI analysts or AI analytics is a thing that we need to be thinking about today. Gone are the days that we even just look at sales or operational excellence. We now look into sales and operational excellence with AI. That means the skill sets that is relevant today might not be relevant for jobs of the future. And by talking about all this, we also need AI cybersecurity as part and core of our curriculum. So when we talk about AI, it usually sits on a cloud somewhere. So we need to ensure that data, users, policies are protected. So AI cybersecurity is also something that we should be looking at today, because it's not traditional cybersecurity practices. So these are the couple of things that should be already being thought of. And the partnership that we have today, for example, UTHM, UNESCO, Semio, Google today, these are the kind of parties that should be involved to ensure that there are frameworks to establish, to bridge the gap between now and jobs of the future. So I hope that answers the question, and I see someone raising their hands now.
Prof. Aida and also Cik Abdullah said. Cik Abdullah pointedly, I think I echoed Prof dulu, and when you talk about automatizations, and of course in Cik Abdullah bringing out the gaps in the infrastructure for you to enforce AI. If I may, Mr. Danial, my question is with regards to the security or the cyber security that you were speaking on that topic, and also on the private and public collaborations in order to have an enhanced security for AI. And you did mention that it should not be biased, there should be a module that's brilliant. But at the end of the day, we both know that the infrastructure needs to be there. And I guess the paramount matter will be the cybersecurity with regards to AI. And I believe Google have an AI security framework. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's SAIF or SAIF, for that matter. Could we have some opinion from you, or uptakes or key takeaways to have a good collaborations between, you can take Google for that matter, with one of the university to have a good program for AI, addressing the gaps that we have in infrastructure? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So it's a very good question because it talks about how we need to be protected today when there's a lot of technology around us. So number one is that whatever information that you don't want to tell your friends, you don't tell AI, okay? Because secrets need to remain secrets. So the way that we look into AI cybersecurity is really a couple of things, but it has to come from the policymakers first, because technology can be introduced at any point in time, but with the right policies, we can actually build a framework on how safe and ethical that AI can be actually used by institutions, teachers, and students. So I will talk about the policymakers first, because these are the most important stakeholders in the room, where they need to really ensure that there is a law that governs how you actually use it. So it's not really about, okay, I'm giving you access and you can use it anytime, anywhere in the world. But it's about how I can actually use it anytime, anywhere in the world, but use it in a sense where my data is secure. I'm also securing other people's data and the environment that I'm working in. So if I were to actually take an approach on this, I would say if we could actually collaborate in terms of understanding two things. Number one, what is the current state of cybersecurity that you understand now, and how you actually define cybersecurity? What are the modules or the components of cybersecurity that you are actually looking at, and who are the users that will be impacted if there is certain, I would say, policies that are not in place? Secondly, is that how can we actually complement your cybersecurity structure at, I would say, low or no cost, but high impact? So, because when we talk about cybersecurity, yes, there are paid subscriptions. Okay, I'm not saying that there are not paid subscriptions, but I think looking at how we can actually secure different demographics of users within an institution using different levels of cybersecurity components. So we can have a conversation on policy, we can have a conversation about current state of cybersecurity that you have and your cybersecurity 2.0 future state. The third thing that I wanted to also mention, and I would suggest that everyone does this, is to ensure that you also personally know your security posture. Yeah, it's very important. There are people who do not believe in fundamentally multi-factor authentication because it's tedious. But if you understand your security posture, then you can understand the benefits of having that kind of security for yourself and for the people around you. Because today, as we evolved into using AI a lot, using AI every single day, every single hour, I think it's very fair to also say and be transparent to everyone in the room that we are not as safe as we thought we would be, okay? So building policies, understanding your current state of security, complementing that with other modules that you want to look at, and really also understand your own personal security posture. If you don't believe you are safe, then no one around you is safe. So coming back, whatever you don't want to tell your friends, don't tell AI.
All right, thanks for the answer. So there are more questions here. We have Dato' Pala Niapan.
Thank you. Good morning. I just wanted to relate to the opinion stated by Mr. Hiromichi Katayama just now from the UNESCO. I think your point in getting the industry involvement in completing the TVET ecosystem is very spot on. And just to give you an update, I think together with Dr. Pariono, I'm also a member of the ASEAN TVET Council. And then we actually represent the business and industry perspective in the ASEAN TVET ecosystem. So there's already a very structured movement within ASEAN TVET fraternity in getting the voice of the industry to be represented. So currently, we do have a mechanism. So I think since there's a multi-stakeholder engagements going on here, so there's multiple engagements going on with the industry association. We're very focused on technology and digital-driven TVET agenda within the region. So I believe more engagement by the regional body, especially like UNESCO and the other, with the industry, will be able to address the issue of skill mismatch. And at the same time, we could also identify a new direction towards a demand-driven TVET system, which will be able to address the issue of employability, salary, which is actually a pertinent issue within this region at this moment. So UNESCO UNEVOC has been very forefront of it, and we thank you for that opinion, because when I'm from industry, so when the ecosystem stakeholders started to recognize the importance of this energy, I think this is a very good message to take these things forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the comment. All right, so we have, due to time constraint, we allow only one last question.
Thank you very much. I'm Karimi from Iran. My question is about the, TVET trainers and, instructors. What any policies and practices in digital TVET and AI that are to integration digital and AI for TVET trainers and teachers? Is any policies and practices that we should hear from their distinguished speakers? Thank you.
All right, so who would like to take up the questions? Dr. Pariono?
Thank you, Mr. Khan, for very relevant questions that I think in these regions right now, when it comes to TVET trainers and instructors, we are more focused on those coming from industry. But from the education, from the teachers, from educational provider side, I think this, in a way, we follow the guideline, for example, like by UNESCO, that's developing in terms of how we should run education following the ethical guidelines. But for the trainers and instructors, at this moment, we are still focusing more in terms of how to enhance their pedagogical skills. So right now, I think more and more countries in these regions basically requiring that all trainers and instructors must have the pedagogical skills, and inside also the use of technology. But we don't have very explicit policy when it comes to how to use the AI, and especially AI. Digitalization, I think in a way is already integrated, but AI, I think is still lacking. So I think there's a good feedback, and for us working in this region, especially those at the regional level, because from the regional level also we can work together with the national level in terms of how to basically integrate the ideas of AI, the ethics or guidelines in the training of trainers as well as training for assessors. Thank you for the comment.
Can I add?
Yeah, Prof, please.
If I may speak on behalf of UTHM. I believe in UTHM there is an so-called internal policies whereby they, I would say, enforce or offer or ensure all the students will graduate with minimum one professional certification. And these are embedded in their tuition fees. So what happened is, in order for the training to be done, because this is professional certification, they have to train the lecturers first. And I believe the registrar and the universities has a good allocation to make sure all the lecturers are well trained, are certified, then only this group will go and certify all the students. And they have, I believe, variety of skilling, not only in AI, but also in security, as well as, I think there is ERP and CRM as well. So congratulations, UTHM.
All right, thank you, answer from Dr. Pariono and Prof. Aida. So ladies and gentlemen, our forum has come to its end. So if you have more questions, so during the tea time, you can engage or you can have a chit chat with the panelists. So, and what I can conclude from this forum is that the future and advancement of TVET actually lies in the ability to adapt and how we respond to the changes in digitalization as well as development in AI. Right? So, and once again to the panelists, I would like to say thank you for your insight and sharing. So for the participant on the floor, I thank you for your participations. So I hope to see you again. So MC, I pass the mic to you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what an enriching and very fruitful discussion we've just had. A heartfelt thank you once again to our moderator, Mr. Lai Chi-sen, and all our distinguished panelists for sharing such valuable insights on digitalization and AI in TVET. As we conclude this segment, we invite you now to take a short tea break and enjoy some refreshments just outside the hall. Please be back promptly as we continue with the next exciting part of our program, which will begin shortly after the break. Thank you, and we'll see you again in just a few moments.
announcement? Sebenarnya sempat je tadi.
Look him. Okay, thank you. Tak pandai lah acting. Jadi tak acting tadi. Katal. Yang apa? Zapin ni dia tahu tak? Tak ada queue. Tahu. Tahu kan? Ha. Cuma nak benda tu queue tu. Takut nanti dia habis. Dia nak naik. Okey. Awak. Lepas dah.
Ini daripada ni lah, sini bawah sini. Kena acting ke? Mantap. Kita ambil gambar. Kita tak masuk dalam invitation website tak?
Tak payah masuk dah. Ya Allah, tolonglah.
Pakai wireless and then tak ada mic stand. Suara kita akan bila cakap 1, 2, 3 kadang nombor 4 je masih tak dengar. Hadirin yang dihormati, mengumumkan ketibaan yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim bin Ahmad, Pengerusi Lembaga Pengarah UTHM, diiringi Div kehormat. Hadirin
dimohon berdiri. Sesi fotografi.
Photography session.
Para hadirin dimohon berdiri di tempat masing-masing.
Please stand at your respective places for photography session.
Terima kasih. Para hadirin dimohon untuk kekal berdiri bagi nyanyian lagu Negaraku.
The national anthem, Negaraku.
Para hadirin dipersilakan duduk dan mengambil tempat masing-masing.
Please be seated.
Hadirin yang dihormati dari impian KLCC Hotel Kuala Lumpur, selamat datang ke Majlis Perasmian Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025.
Hendak ku minum, mesti tak embun, agar asam gelugur di lumur sekali. Ikan gelama di bubuh garam, asam gelugur di lumur sekali. Budi umpama padi segenggam, cuba ditabur apa akan jadi. Budi umpama padi segenggam, cuba ditabur apa akan jadi.
Okay.
Baiklah hadirin sekalian, itulah tadi persembahan daripada kumpulan Nyala Dance Theatre yang telah mempersembahkan tarian kebudayaan menambah seri, menceriakan suasana pembukaan majlis pada pagi ini. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Selamat sejahtera dan salam Malaysia Madani. Yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim bin Ahmad, Pengerusi Lembaga Pengarah Universiti Tun Hussein On Malaysia UTHM.
Chairman University Board of Directors UTHM.
Yang berbahagia Profesor Teknologi Dr. Abdul Rasid bin Abdul Razzaq, menjalankan fungsi Naib Chancellor UTHM.
Acting Vice Chancellor UTHM.
Mr. Frederick Hubler, Ketua UNESCO UNEVOC.
Head of UNESCO UNEVOC.
Mr. Mikael Vichert, Ketua Bahagian Khidmat Nasihat Kerjasama Rakan Institusi Antarabangsa, Institut Persekutuan Latihan dan Pendidikan Vocational Jerman, mewakili Kementerian Persekutuan Pendidikan Jerman.
Head of Division International Advisory Services, Cooperation with Partner Institutions, Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training BIBB Germany, on behalf of the German Federal Ministry of Education.
Mr. Danial Azizan bin Abdullah Henry, Ketua Google untuk Pendidikan Malaysia dan Brunei.
Country Head, Google for Education, Malaysia and Brunei.
Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Soh Tian Lai, Presiden Persekutuan Pengilang-Pengilang Malaysia Pengerusi GITC.
President Federation of Malaysia Manufacturers FMM, Chairman GITC.
Dr. Yang Congkun, Penyelarah Pusat UNEVOC dan Kerusi UNESCO Pendigitalan dalam TVET, Polytechnic Universiti Shenzhen.
Coordinator of UNEVOC Center and UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET, Shenzhen Polytechnic University.
Yang berbahagia ahli-ahli lembaga pengarah Universiti.
Board of University Directors UTHM.
Yang berbahagia naib-naib Chancellor Universiti Awam dan Swasta.
Vice Chancellors of Public and Private Universities.
Dihadiri jemputan serta para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
Pertama-tamanya marilah kita memanjatkan dan melafazkan rasa syukur Alhamdulillah kerana Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala kerana dengan limpah dan izinnya pada pagi yang indah dan penuh keceriaan hari ini dapat bersama-sama dan bersua di impian KLCC Hotel Kuala Lumpur bersempena Majlis Perasmian Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025 DOTS25. Yang berbahagia Datuk Seri serta para hadirin yang budiman, selaras dengan Hari TVET Negara 2025, UTHM melalui kerjasama strategik bersama Majlis TVET Negara, Kementerian Pendidikan Tinggi dan UNESCO UNEVOC berganding bahu menganjurkan Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025 DOTS25. Penganjuran DOTS25 akan menjadi pemangkin bagi peningkatan keterlihatan jenama UTHM selaku peneraju institusi TVET digital negara yang memainkan peranan yang amat penting dan signifikan dalam menyokong serta menjayakan matlamat Pelang Pembangunan Pendidikan Tinggi Malaysia PPPTM 2026-2035. Selain meningkatkan keterlihatan jenama UTHM sebagai peneraju TVET digital negara, DOTS25 menjadi bukti UTHM sebagai sebuah institusi rujukan atau hub TVET digital di mana impaknya dapat dilihat melalui pembangunan bakat dan tenaga kerja berkemahiran tinggi di samping membuka lebih banyak peluang kerjaya digital dalam sektor TVET. Di samping itu juga DOTS25 merupakan platform untuk mempromosi dan menyebarluas inisiatif transformasi bidang pendidikan dan latihan teknikal dan vocational TVET dalam konteks digital.
Ladies and gentlemen, to begin our speech segment, we are honored to invite Yang Berbahagia Professor Technologies Dr. Rasid bin Abdul Razzaq, Acting Vice Chancellor UTHM, to deliver the welcoming address.
Terima kasih pada saudara dan juga saudara-saudari pengacara majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Malaysia Madani and very good morning. Yang bahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim bin Ahmad, Chairman University Board of Directors UTHM, Mr. Fedrich, Head of UNESCO UNEVOC, Mr. Michel, Head of Division International Advisory Services Cooperation with Partner Institution, Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training, BIBB, Germany, on behalf of the German Federal Ministry of Education, Mr. Danial Azizan from Google Head, Country Head Google for Education Malaysia and Brunei, Tan Siso, President Federal of Malaysian Manufacturer and also the Chairman of GITC, Dr. Yang Congkun, Coordinator of UNEVOC Center and UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET, Shenzhen Polytechnic University, Board of Directors, University Directors, UTHM, Vice Chancellor of Public and Private University, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor to welcome you to the Global Digital TVET Transformation Summit, or DOTS 2025, in conjunction with our National TVET Day and the Bridging Innovation and Learning in TVET, or BILT Forum. As we gather here today, it is both an honor and a responsibility to address this esteemed gathering. Today, we gather not just to discuss the future of technical and vocational and training education in Malaysia, but also to chart a transformative path forward, one that's aligned with our national aspiration and the dynamic demand for the fourth industrial revolution. In the face of the rapid technological advancement and shifting economic paradigms, the need for a digitally adept workforce has never been more critical. TVET stands at the forefront of this transformation, serving as the bridging between education and the evolving needs of the industry. Recent data highlights this urgency. In 2024, Malaysia recorded a historic high of 423,267 TVET students, a significant increase from 407,000 in 2023. The graduate employability rate has reached an impressive 94.5%, reflecting the relevance and effectiveness of our TVET programs, yet challenge persists. A 2024 World Bank report highlights a persistent mismatch between educational outcomes and industry needs, with youth unemployment at 10.8%, surpassing the national average. Additionally, TVET is often perceived as a secondary option compared to academic pathways, affecting its attractiveness among students and parents. Ladies and gentlemen, our journey towards a robust TVET ecosystem is guided by several key policy frameworks. The 12th Malaysia Plan emphasized the development of a skilled workforce to drive the economic growth. Industry Forward focus on integrating Industry 4.0 technologies into manufacturing and services, needs a workforce proficient in digital skills. The Madani Economy Framework advocates for inclusive and sustainable economic development, aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals. Centered to this effort is the National TVET Council, which play a significant role in coordinating initiatives across ministry and agencies. To address the evolving needs of learners and industry, we are embracing innovative approach. Micro-credentials, which are short, focused courses, offer flexible learning pathways, allowing individuals to acquire specific skills aligned with the industry demands. Similarly, recognition of prior learning, or RPL, enables individuals to gain formal recognition for skills acquired through work experience, promoting lifelong learning and workforce mobility. To accelerate our digital TVET transformation, it is important that we take the following actions. Strengthen industry-academia collaboration by fostering partnership between TVET institution and industry to ensure curriculum remain relevant and responsive. Enhance public-private partnership by encouraging joint ventures and investment to expand training facilities and resources. Promote inclusivity by implementing targeted programs to increase TVET participation among underrepresented groups, including women and rural communities. Additionally, we must integrate ESG principles by aligning TVET program with environment, social, and governance standards to support Malaysian net zero ambition. Finally, we must leverage technology by utilizing digital platforms to expand access to TVET, particularly in remote and underserved areas. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of Malaysia's economy hinges on our ability to cultivate a skilled, adaptable, and inclusive workforce. TVET is not merely an educational pathway.
It is a catalyst for national development and individual empowerment. Let us coordinate the efforts of the government, industry, academia, international partners, and civil societies to champion digital TVET transformation. Together, we can empower individuals irrespective of their background or socioeconomic status, drive economic resilience, and realize the vision of a prosperous, equitable, and sustainable Malaysia. With that, I end my speech. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Malaysia Madani.
Thank you Yang Berbahagia Profesor Tan Haji Sultan Abdul Rasid bin Abdul Razzaq for the warm and inspiring welcoming address.
For the next speech, we are pleased to invite Mr. Frederick Hubler, Head of UNESCO UNEVOC, to deliver his speech.
It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the BILT bridging event taking place here at the Global Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to our host, UTHM, and to the Malaysian Ministry of Higher Education, MyRivet, and the Malaysia TVET Council for their steadfast commitment to technical and vocational education and training. The digital age is no longer on the distant horizon. It is our present reality. And as this new era reshapes economies and societies, the imperative is clear. TVET must remain not only relevant, but adaptable and future-ready. At UNESCO UNEVOC, we believe that TVET holds the key to achieving inclusive and sustainable development, which is also the theme of the ASEAN-Malaysia Chairmanship 2025. TVET connects people to decent work, builds resilience in communities, and fosters innovation. Yet we must confront a central question. How can TVET systems prepare learners for a world of work that is undergoing rapid transformation? To share just one recent statistic, according to the World Economic Forum, an estimated 86% of employers expect artificial intelligence and information processing technologies to transform their business by 2030. The digital transformation of TVET is not just a matter of updating curricula and introducing new tools. It is a profound systemic change impacting how we teach, how we learn, and how we collaborate. And while artificial intelligence is emerging as a game changer, less than 10% of schools and universities globally have formal guidance on the use of generative AI. UNESCO calls for a human-centered approach to AI. It aims to shift the conversation to addressing inequalities regarding access to knowledge and diverse cultural expressions, and to ensure AI does not widen the technological divides within and between countries. The technological divide remains a formidable barrier. Globally, nearly 2.6 billion people still lack internet access and are at risk of being excluded from the benefits of digital learning unless we act decisively. The promise of AI for all has now joined the promise of education for all. This means that everyone should be able to take advantage of the technological revolution underway and access its fruits, notably in terms of innovation and knowledge. This is where the BILT bridging event comes in. Under the theme Policies for the Digital Transformation and Integration of AI in TVET, we have convened here to examine the common denominators of effective digital skills policies to ensure that no learner, regardless of national origin, gender, or socioeconomic status, is left behind. The Bridging Innovation and Learning in TVET project has consistently advanced global dialogue and cooperation across TVET communities, including the members of the UNEVOC network and other institutions that are with us today. The event today and tomorrow brings that dialogue into sharper focus, aligning it with the core mission of DOTS25 to share solutions, compare approaches, and build a digitally empowered TVET ecosystem through cross-regional partnerships. This summit is a reminder that transformation does not occur in isolation. It happens when ideas meet action, when policy meets practice, and when diverse voices are brought to the same table with a shared vision. A vision of a world where TVET equips every learner not only with the skills to participate, but with the capabilities to lead. Thank you once again to all partners and participants. I encourage each of you to contribute actively to the discussions ahead and to use this opportunity to strengthen your networks and renew your commitments. Together, let us bridge the divide and empower learners with skills for the digital era. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Frederick Hubler, for your insightful and meaningful speech. We now continue with the next speech. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mikhail Vishet, Head of Division, International Advisory Services, Cooperation with Partner Institutions, the IDB Germany, to deliver his speech.
Yeah, honorable speakers, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants. It's a great pleasure to join you today for the launch of the Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025. On behalf of the German Ministry of Education and the German Federal Institute for Vocational Training, for Vocational Education and Training, BIBB, I'm honored to be part of this flagship event. I extend my sincere appreciation to our host, Universiti Tun Hussein on Malaysia, the Malaysian Ministry of Higher Education, MyRivet, and the Malaysia TVET Council. At DOTS 2025, we highlight our shared conviction: TVET needs digital transformation. This is why we address policies for the digital transformation and integration of AI in TVET in the bridging event during this summit. The urgency is clear. In less than 5 years, over 70% of jobs will demand digital competences. AI alone is expected to impact as many as 86% of global occupations, as the World Bank and the OECD stated last year. And in Europe, 70% of companies report that the shortage of digital skills is a barrier to investment, as the European Commission stated this year. We know that no country can address global transformations in isolation. Therefore, we turn to Asia and other regions because meaningful responses must be rooted in international collaboration towards a global TVET agenda. In this spirit, and as a strong signal for Germany's commitment to multilateralism and international cooperation in TVET, the German Ministry of Education has launched the Excellence of TVET initiative. Its goal: strengthen international collaboration, support multilateral organizations and key regional TVET partners and networks. It is a call to work together towards a global TVET agenda. Together, we strive for better data on TVET, better coordination among partners on global and regional level, visible and excellent showcases and policies. The German government supports key multilateral partners, including UNESCO, UNEVOC, ILO, OECD, and the ETF, in establishing this open policy partnership committed to developing a global TVET agenda. For Germany, advancing the digital transformation and AI readiness in TVET is both a priority and a challenge. Without strong digital and AI skills, there can be no excellence, no attractiveness, and no future-proof quality in TVET. The goal is to keep TVET relevant for individuals and for our diverse and aging society. Our strength in the dual VET lie in cooperation between education institutions and industry, and in combining in-company training with school-based learning. This has proven to be effective in aligning qualifications and competencies with labor market demands. Still, digital and AI readiness are not easy to achieve. As National Competence Center for TVET, BIBB, has a crucial role in supporting the transformation through developing national TVET regulations and standards, with our TVET research and data collection, with the national TVET report, via pilot projects, in advising the German government, and by engaging in international cooperation. Here in Asia, BIBB holds long-standing partnerships, for example, with CRIVET in South Korea, with TESTA in the Philippines, and with the Ministry and the National Institute in Vietnam. In this context, the BILT Bridging event at DOTS 2025 presents a unique opportunity to share knowledge and innovative approaches, and to generate a joint future vision, a shared agenda for TVET in the digital age. Over the coming days, I encourage each of you to participate actively. Share your knowledge, engage in dialogue, and build new partnerships. Let us shape excellent TVET systems that are inclusive, flexible, and future ready. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Mikhail Vishad, for the inspiring speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at the highlight of today's ceremony, the official opening address.
With profound pride and utmost respect, we are honored to invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim bin Ahmad, Chairman, University Board of Directors, UTHM, to deliver his speech and subsequently officiate the Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Salam sejahtera, salam Malaysia Madani. Good morning. Distinguished guests, Honorable Vice Chancellors, esteemed Captain of Industry, Tan Sri, our representative from UNESCO and our German counterpart, Google, and BILT partners, academicians, development partners, TVET stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here and welcome you to the Global Digital TVET Transformation Summit, or DOTS 2025, in conjunction with Bridging Innovation and Learning in TVET, or BILT, and our National TVET Day. As we gathered here today, I'm honored to address this distinguished assembly of TVET administrators, innovators, and practitioners from across the globe. Today's event is indeed significant, as it also coincides with the 46th ASEAN Summit here in Kuala Lumpur under a Malaysia chairmanship, thus manifesting our utmost commitment and concern in advancing and promoting TVET's agenda as a crucial catalyst and vital enabler for local and global economic development through a systematic and structured TVET framework model on the international standard. It is my firm belief that such commitment and concern require an entrepreneurial mindset among our young talent, who must possess the resilience as well as the readiness to equip themselves with not only the TVET knowledge and skill, but actually translate all the knowledge and exposure to be more entrepreneurial mindset and entrepreneurial skill. That therefore can enable Malaysia one day, inshallah, to be the so-called the entrepreneurial nation, and what we dream for. As far as Malaysia is concerned, TVET agenda is being actively advocated and implemented through various initiatives and policies driven by the federal government and its various agencies, departments, ministries, with cooperation of the state government and the involvement of industries. That, I believe, in very underlying factor behind our aspiration in organizing DOTS 2025, with strong realization that every era of progress begins with a bold step forward. Today, at DOTS 2025, we take a step together as technology reshapes the world, and Malaysia stand ready not just to follow the trend, but to spearhead the change and eventually become the regional and global TVET trendsetter. Distinguished guests, DOT 2025 is undoubtedly timely, as we now stand at the decisive moment in the Malaysia development trajectory. In the global economy increasingly defined by technological disruption, our prosperity depends on our human capital, educated and trained via various levels within the dynamic TVET ecosystem as the backbone of our industrial transformation and the cornerstone of our Madani economic vision. In the 12 Malaysia Plan and our Madani framework have placed TVET as the center of economic strategy, but transformative implementation requires unprecedented coordination, investment, and innovation from all relevant stakeholders and our international partners. These emerging issues and trends should be thoroughly addressed, deliberated, discussed during DOTS 2025 by a distinguished assembly of delegates representing various sectors which are directly or indirectly related to TVET ecosystem. And I'm proud that Universiti Tun Hussein On Malaysia, or UTHM, is responsive towards the national agenda by hosting this event. Congratulations. Along UTHM, there are 5 other Malaysian universities, namely Universiti Malaysia Pahang Al-Sultan Abdullah, or UMPSA. Thank you. Universiti Malaysia Perlis, or UNIMAP. Is there any representative? Universiti Kuala Lumpur, UNIKL. And Universiti Technical Malaysia, UTM. And Universiti Selangor, or UNISEL. They are readily prepared to carry out what we refer to as the higher TVET that come in shape our dedicated TVET focused degree pathway. With significant allocation is around 6.8 billion for TVET development from the prior budget. So the international TVET partnership such as UNESCO, UNEVOC on TVET for Sustainable Future, the BILT program initiated by German Federal Ministry of Education and Research, the British Council and the Colombo Plan Staff College, as well as local collaboration with industry partners like Penang Skill Development Center, Malaysia is appropriately positioned to achieve the aforementioned aspiration and target. Thus, proper coordination of partnership initiative, policy formulation, project implementation, and strategic positioning between the government, the TVET providers, the industry, as well as the local and international partners through a quadruple helix model, and varies much at this stage for further advance, maintain, and sustain the ecosystem. In conclusion, I would like to leave you all with the following charges, not only as a point to ponder, but to be constructively deliberated during DOTS 2025. I call upon industry leaders to move beyond advisory role, to become co-creator and co-investor in the skill development. And I urge our educational institution to embrace flexibility, specialization, and continuous innovation in the program design. And I also urge policymakers to break down silos, align incentives, and make brave decisions that prioritize long-term skill building over short-term metric. The future of Malaysia economy, indeed, the future of Malaysia itself, will be built by the hand we train today. Let us ensure they are the most skilled, adaptable, and innovative hand in the region. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We would like to extend deepest appreciation and heartfelt thanks to Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim bin Ahmad, Chairman University Board of Directors UTHM, for officially launching the Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025.
We now invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri to remain on stage. At this moment, we will also like to call upon Yang Berbahagia Professor Technologist Dr. Abdul, Rasid and Razzaq to accompany distinguished guests onto the stage to join Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri for the official launch dimming of DOTS 25. Please welcome.
Yang Bahagia Datuk Sri, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to continue the next on-stage proceedings featuring a montage presentation marking the official launch of the China ASEAN TVET Digital Capacity Building Center. Universiti on Malaysia with the support of the UNESCO Chair on Digitalization in TVET. Thank you very much. Yang berbahagia Datuk Sri, ladies and gentlemen, next we would like to present 3 new digital phase of UTHM transformation journey. They are UTHM Data Center, UTHM Digital TVET website, and the official UTHM TVET mascot, Hussein Boat. These 3 milestones mark a new chapter in our journey towards becoming a leader in digital education and smart campus innovation. Now, let us watch the montage presentations. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the officiating ceremony.
Hussein Bot. Welcome to UTHM. With wisdom we explore.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now moved to the next agenda. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the officiating ceremony of DOTS25 now continues with the exchange of Memoranda of Understanding MOU and agreements MOA between UTHM and its industry partners, witnessed by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Ibrahim Ahmad. Ladies and gentlemen, Shenzhen Polytechnic University, China is a leading institution that plays a pivotal role in the development of technology and manufacturing-based TVET in China. In this regard, its collaboration with UTHM has opened up vast opportunities for the strengthening of TVET programs, particularly through the sharing of expertise, technology transfer, and the development of industry-based curricula that are becoming increasingly dominant in this country. Besides that, UTHM's partnerships with industries and other institutions clearly demonstrate a strong mutual commitment to the development of both students and academic staff, as well as impactful research that supports the empowerment agenda of TVET. UTHM deeply values the continued support from industry and partner institutions in developing highly skilled educators and enhancing the global employability of TVET graduates.
We now invite representative of respective industry partner to come forward to the stage. First, Shenzhen Polytechnic University. Second, Mustapha Berhad. Third, Prasana Malaysia Berhad. Fourth, Radio Television Malaysia. 5, Talent Bank Sdn Berhad. 6, Master Elite Academy Group Sdn Berhad. And 7, Cozy Hub Talent Technology Sdn Berhad on the stage. Please welcome.
Document exchange session between Universiti Tun Hussein on Malaysia with the industry partners. Thank you all representatives of the respective industry partners for collaborating with us.
Terima kasih tuan-tuan, puan-puan yang dihormati. Dengan acara pertukaran dokumen itu tadi, lengkaplah sudah atur cara Majlis Pelancaran Digital TVET Transformation Summit 2025. Jutaan terima kasih sekali lagi kepada yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim bin Ahmad yang sudi meluangkan masa dan hadir merasmikan majlis pada pagi ini. Segala penghargaan dan ucapan terima kasih kepada penaja utama DOTS25, Talent Bank Berhad dan Johor Talent Development Council JTDC. Semoga program ini memberikan impak kepada usaha yang membawa kepada perubahan digital dan pengintegrasian AI dalam sektor TVET demi mencapai matlamat negara menyokong pelaksanaan dasar TVET negara. Sekian terima kasih sehingga berjumpa lagi. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Boleh je.